Evening all, how the devil? Stuck in 1982 in Middlesbrough, yeah. Have you ever been? You see more shell suits and socks with flip-flops than in any town in Britain. How's everybody doing? All right? Right, if this isn't the most chirpy of live streams I've done, bear in mind I got shit-faced yesterday. I don't normally do a stream the day after I drink because my brain doesn't work properly. I'm definitely less witty, concise and generally understandable when I've been boozing because I melt several million brain cells and I'm fucking cabbaged for 48 hours afterwards. Gone are the days, you know, when I was a young bootneck, we used to, it was a tradition that you would go out on a Thursday night because on the rare occasions you were back in the UK, it was nice and relaxed because obviously you deployed, like I deployed nearly every year I was in. So on the rare occasions you were in the UK, they used to be really good with giving you some time off, you know what I mean? So a normal bog standard week, if we were in the UK and we weren't doing any Chad training exercises or anything, would be like, you know, go for a run first thing in the morning, turn to in fizz rig at like 8 o'clock, go for a fucking 10 miler or something. Then you'd come back, have a shower, cup of tea and fucking watch Good Morning fucking Britain for a bit. Probably turn to at about 10:30. Then you'd like clean weapons for an hour and a half or something, go have your dinner for 2 hours, and then come back and fucking do some whatever, unarmed combat, a bit of pistol shooting, something like that, and then fuck off at like 4 o'clock. Fridays, you literally used to just stand rounds to prove you cleaned everything up and squared everything away, and then you do fizz, smash it, crack rounds, you'd be on the fucking, am I quiet, am I? I guess I better put the mic up a little bit. Or your fucking volume isn't up. I know there's a lot of you who are even more techno biffs than me, and you end up, let me see if I can move my mic forward a bit. There we go, how's that? That better? Yeah, so there was a sort of nice relaxing attitude, but Friday you'd do fizz. Too loud, fuck off, just press down on your volume button. You'd do fizz. So Thursday night was a tradition. You go out on the piss with all the lads and you'd go and get absolutely shit-faced, try and bag off, get mortaled, and then you'd have like 3 hours sleep and then just fucking crack on and do a 10 mile on a Friday morning. And I remember, you know, because of my old job, I've managed to quantify really well how badly your body deals with hangovers as the years go by. Because it was a tradition, like I said, to get mortal fucking drunk on a Thursday, try and get your end away, possibly do that, have about 3 hours fucking sleep, and then go for a 10 mile run up a fucking big hill. And I didn't feel it until I was 25. I used to do it when I was 23, 24, and it was fine. And then 25, I started feeling rough. Like I could do it, but I'd have to like spew down my top halfway around. And then I got to like 28 and I thought, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. And I used to go out with the lads, have like a cheeky 3 pints and then covertly fuck off because I couldn't handle it. Boozing is rigorous. It batters your body. And now I'm past 40. I cannot do it. If I get shit-faced, I make sure I don't go anywhere near the gym for at least 24 hours. So like today I didn't go because your blood pressure goes proper high. And apparently it will kill you that. My dad told me his mate's brother dropped down dead when he was like 35. He was a fitness fanatic and he got leathered and went for a run the next day, fucking dropped down dead because it pushes your blood pressure up. You are not meant to train after you've been pissed. So just anyone who's watching who's a bit of a fitness fanatic, never ever sweat you out of a hangover. You do that when you're in your 20s, you can get away with it. But if you get fucking 12 pints down your neck and then go for a fucking run the next day, you will kill yourself, right? That's just some knowledge trying to keep the Bootcattiers safe, right? All right. Anyway, I'm not even doing Oxbridge Pleasantries today. Look, there's too many of you. 183 viewers. I'm sorry. Anyone, all of the regulars, let's have a quick look. Slip, Two-Tone, Glenn, Ian, Tommy. In fact, you're all fucking regulars, aren't you? I can't Miff Matlowy's in, Kev Wright, Christ, it's Zardoz, everyone, Kate, I'm not doing it. Fuck yous. 184 people. It's not like I have to pull everyone off as soon as the stream starts, right? If you all wanted a nice, friendly welcome every time we do it, you shouldn't have shared my channel and made it more popular, because 184 viewers is quite a lot, isn't it? You know what is fucking weird about this? Obviously, YouTube, like I mean, everybody who pays attention knows that YouTube take the piss and don't do any promotion at all for people whose politics they don't like, right? They're negligent. Like, their side of the deal is, we'll make you more money if you get more people on the platform. And they're not interested because they've already got like billions. They're happy to just stitch up conservative and centrist posters because they don't want you to convince anyone. They don't want anyone to ever see you at my videos and go, oh yeah, he's right. So they hide it. Because look at that, 192 viewers. Like, I watch like Posey Parker. She's been on TV and shit. She only gets about 200 when she does a live stream. Chris Thrall's got like 60,000 followers. He's been at it for years. He gets about 100. It's like, it seems weird that I get 200 fucking viewers when I do one of these rambling live streams. But I've only got 8,500 fucking subs. Like, they're obviously unnaturally keeping my account nice and low, the sneaky rat bastards. Like I said, and it makes sense that they don't want to promote people like me. Like I said, they used to do it back in the day. A few years back they did. Because that guy Baring went from 0 to 400,000 in about fucking 3 months. It was like, and he gets recommended, and I'd never heard of him, gets recommended to me, and you go, oh, there you go. And within a couple of months, he's fucking flying. Because they convince people. Normal, reasonable people. Convince normal, reasonable people. And I refuse to believe that anyone would watch what I say and actually listen to my content instead of just going, oh my God, he swears and he's northern, oh my God. What's unreasonable about it? I don't think anything I say is unreasonable. Like, I think basically if you drop the swearing, I could say everything I say in the Houses of fucking Parliament. Like, surely I could. Jacob Rees-Mogg is more conservative than me. He's like a devout Catholic. And he's like a proper fucking hedge fund, old money capitalist fucker. There's no way that I'm more conservative than him. But this is how they've shifted the political paradigm, haven't they? Because, like I said, I'm a milquetoast, boring fucking centrist who just wants to keep things the way they are and let people be free to do whatever they want, whether it's bumming, boozing, or gambling, or whatever they want to do. Like, I'm a liberal person. But you fucking disagree with, like, the insane communist rhetoric, and they go, far right. Like, it's that quick, isn't it? Like, oh yeah, women are men and men are women. Is that true? Far right. Like, straight away. Nazi. I was talking to a bloke today, like, he's just demonstrably wrong. Let me show you that. I think I've got Twitter on here somewhere. Yeah. What was this fucking idiot? So this bloke, right? Priti Patel, for some bizarre reason, again, for some bizarre reason, I do not understand it. Priti Patel's gobbing off about the base, right? Now, I'm not even going to touch the BBC tonight, I'm just fucking rambling. The base, right? So if nobody's heard of the base, join the club, because I'd never heard of the base. And do you know why none of us have heard of the base? It's not like I'm ignorant and I don't read like plenty of newspapers and magazines every week. The reason none of us have heard of the base is because the base has got less to do with us than fucking, I don't know, Gandhi. Oh no, Gandhi had something to do with us. I don't know, Aboriginal cave paintings in Australia. It's got less to do with us than the scribblings on a cave wall in Australia. It's got less to do with us than the extinction of the fucking dinosaurs, right? The British Empire didn't use a tractor beam to pull a giant comet down into Yucatan and thereby cause the extinction of the fucking dinosaurs. That was nothing to do with us. And that's got more to do with us than the base, right? So obviously I had to Google it. The base. Just read this fucking here. The base, right? An accelerationist paramilitary hate group. Again, so probably I would have and I'm sure most of my watchers would have nothing in common with an accelerationist paramilitary hate group, right? And it says it was formed in 2018 by Ronaldo Nazzaro and is active in the United States, Canada, Australia, South Africa and Europe. So we don't even get a name check in the list where it's active. We just get Europe, right? So a bit of a broad brush there. And you go through this Wikipedia page and you're like, it's got nothing to do with us. It's like a bloke in Texas. No, another bloke. He's in Canada. Another bloke. The Order of Nine Angles. It's like in Georgia. And there's just all this mad shit. None of it, at all, has got anything to do with the UK. Like nothing. And I made out the point. Never heard of him, Jackie. Yeah, nobody has, because it's got fuck all to do with us. Like I said, it's about as British as fucking Mario and Luigi. It's got nothing to do to us. So I pointed out on Twitter, again, not defending the fuckers, just saying, have they even got members in double figures in the UK? And is that not a serious, perfectly reasonable question? Like, the Home Secretary herself, the second most powerful and important person in the whole of the UK, and she's taking time out of her day to go on Twitter to have a go at white supremacists that don't operate in the UK, have a casualty ratio of precisely 0, for as far as I'm aware. Nobody has ever been killed or injured by the base in Britain. It's got nothing to do with us. It's as British as fucking hot tamales. Why is the fucking second most powerful person in the country having a pop at him on social media? What's it got to do with us? What's it got to do with me? Why am I paying your wages to get involved with a load of arseholes halfway around the world? What's it got to do with me? Why are we spending our resources on this? It's like I keep making the point. Seriously, these useless twats in charge of this country, it's like the CEO of Burger King. The first question he asks when they have a board meeting is, right, how can we help McDonald's out? I don't give a fuck. If some of the nerds in Burger King go, oh, we're going to make this burger here, it's going to be wildly popular, dinosaur-shaped burger, everyone's going to love it, it's going to sell fucking millions. And me going, oh, we can't release that. Why? Well, think about what it's going to do to KFC. Who gives a flying fuck? You silly fucking mayor. What's it got to do with me? What's it got to do with you? Get back to work, you lazy little shit, and do something useful for the people that pay your wages. Like maybe concentrate on some of those groups that have killed little children in England. Maybe worry about them groups, or the groups that fucking brainwash young Asian kids so they go and wire themselves up and scatter themselves across the fucking Manchester arena. Maybe worry about those people instead of a fucking bunch of boogeymen who don't even live in bastard Britain. Is that too much to ask? And then, again, like I said, instantly, you ask a logical question like, why are we getting involved in a group that's got nothing to do with the UK? And straight away, they're having a pop. Look, where are we? May contain offensive. Who gives a fuck? Look, how many dingy people have been convicted of a terrorist crime in the UK? I can't think of any. And I was like, well, it's not hard, is it? Just have a look on Google. Salman Abedi's parents weren't born here. And then he's like, oh yeah, if you do something wrong, we can blame your parents. Well, I didn't say that in the first place. But then he started saying, what was it he said? You're wrong, both British born. This is regards to Lee Rigby's killers. And I said, listen, I said I wasn't going to educate you, but he said all the others were born in Britain. All the others. So it's like every terrorist attack that's ever took place in Britain, this guy's like, they're all British, British as fuck, yeah, defo. And I was like, I know for a fact they aren't. And I'm going to do my homework now and just to prove you wrong. So then I just started going on Google, and it's fucking trivially easy to find this stuff off. Abdullah Al-Faisal, born in Jamaica. Jermaine Lindsay, who blew everybody up in London bombings, born in fucking Jamaica. Borough market attacks, Kazam Shazad Butt, born in Pakistan. Rakashad Radan, same. He lied and said he was from Pakistan. Turns out he was lying. He was from Libyan or Moroccan, and nobody ever really found. There's dozens of them. The French killings, Nice, Bataclan, the strain, Madrid bombing in Spain. Loads of them come from foreign places, and this moron just instantly goes, okay, then you're a racist then. It's like, your argument doesn't make sense. I'm not having a pop at anyone. I'm not having a go at any group. But it is criminally negligent not to do basic checks when you have people in your country. I've made this point dozens of times. When I wanted to go to America, I had to get 2 interviews, a medical, a thorough background check that I had to pay for. I had to do tons of stuff like that because it's negligent not to do it. And it's got nothing to do with colour because I'm a pasty, blue-eyed, hairy white man. Of course you've got to check. Seriously, if I was a known nonce, if I was a legendary nonce, right, and I go to America and they go, it says here you were caught wanking outside a primary school. And I'm like, yeah, just gets me off. Oh, really? Yeah, what else do you like to do? Oh, yeah, I like to fuck corpses. Oh, really? Yep, I fucking love that. It's my favourite thing in the world. Love it. Wanking outside of school, shagging dead bodies, what else? Oh, yeah, I like punching nuns in the tits. All right, is that I think that's everything. Right, well, welcome in, Mr. Taylor. Get to you, move to California. Cheers, then. That's not how it works. What's colour got to do with it? What's religion got to do with it? What's gender? Or everything the real racist, sexist, homophobe, like Clinton when she was doing that. Racist, sexist, misogynistic, blah, blah, blah. What's it got to do with anything? What's it got to do with anything? Me, look, pasty, blue-eyed white guy. They asked me what I'd done if I'd ever been arrested. They asked me if I'd ever had a fight. They wanted to see my background. They wanted to see my medical history. They checked with the police. They bollocked me a little bit because on my police record it said I had been arrested once. I got arrested once for being pissed on a fold-up battery-powered scooter when I was a kid. And I didn't get charged with anything, but I got a caution. So they gave me a bit of a bollocking and said, oh, what's this? It says here you got arrested once. And I'm like, yeah, when I was a fucking teenager. And I was a bit of a dickhead and I got on like, ooh. And they sort of stroked their chin and maybe deliberate about it. And my mate Shane had the same treatment. He got arrested for having a fight in a pub when he was like 20. And they were like, fucking hell. They nearly denied him his visa. Because you're a risk. So the Americans do it with pasty English people from first world countries. If you're from Scandinavia and you fucking go to America or Canada, they go through your entire criminal record because it's a risk assessment. It's, have you ever been in trouble with the police? Are you mentally sound? Are you going to be a risk to the people that live in this country? And that is totally logical and totally reasonable and totally sound. And this is the kicker. This is the kicker. So if you're a middle class, college educated Norwegian, we want to check your background. We want to know your medical history. We want to see your arrest records. We want to see a police scan, live scan. That's what they call it. Right? But if you're from fucking Somalia, one of the most lawless countries in the world, and you haven't got any papers, and we don't know you from we don't know you from fucking Adam. We don't know anything about you. We don't know your true age. All we know for certain is that you are willing to engage in criminality because the first thing you did to get you into Britain was break the fucking law. That's all we know about you. You might be a nice fella. I'm not saying everyone from Somalia is bad. I'm just saying, we know poverty is linked to criminality. Middle class Norwegian, rich first world country with a college education has a higher standard in our immigration procedure, much, much higher than fighting age, third world man who can barely read or write. And we have no idea if he's got a criminal record, and we have no idea about anything about him, but we know he's willing to break the law because he paid people traffickers, or he came over in a dinghy, or he fucking punched an old woman in the face and pinched a fucking car, or folded himself into a fucking whatever. See the guy who hid in the roof rack on a bloke's Volvo? Like, it's so unbelievable. And I try and make this point again. You could say all of that, what I've just said, minus the Fs and the C-bombs. You could say all of that in the Houses of Parliament. Couldn't you? Totally logical. And I say that on social media and they go, fucking Nazi. It's like, no, Anders Breivik's a Nazi because he shoots people in the face whilst badly dressed as a policeman. That's a Nazi. Me, I just say shit that Jacob Rees-Mogg say. Or David fucking Cameron. Ooh, David Cameron, is he a fascist as well, is he? Boris Johnson, fascist. Trump, fascist. Cameron, fascist. Is there anyone who isn't a fucking fascist? It's just madness. So, bollocks. Anyway, like, so there's a rant that not really any news. I was just fucking whinging. It's ridiculous though, right? It's ridiculous. To have a standard that high for female Canadian graduates and a standard down here for bloke on a fucking dinghy. Lunacy. Comments deleted. Fuck knows. I didn't see anything get deleted. Kate Sadwings, you're on that, aren't you? Also, it's Susan. Unfortunately, Kate and Sadwings are nowhere near as powerful as the winged fucking harpy of Silicon Valley. So sorry if you're getting your comments deleted. There you go. Nothing I can do about it. Hi, Matt. Hello. I always just get a hi, Matt, off independent news media. So we'll do one news story before I go. This one, it's hurt my head today, this. Honestly, it's been fucking unrelenting. Same on social media. In fact, I bet you it's on Twitter if I pop this out a little bit. Obviously, I follow Julia Hartley-Brewer. Topics to follow? No, fuck knows. Anyway, all day it's been, yeah, look, Saka, you did great. All day it's just been everybody sucking Saka off. Why? Just because he happens to be slightly different colour to me. I mean, I like Saka. I was having this out with my mate, like at the very start of the tournament. I like Saka. I've seen him play on TV a few times. I rate him. I think he's a good player in general. But you don't have to nosh him off just because he happens to have a tan. How condescending is it? If I was him, I'd be like, I hate these fucking lefty middle-class white arseholes. They're doing my head in. It's like you think you need to suck me off just because I happen to be black. It's like, I'm all right. I can handle it. Thanks. Like, don't you find it? If you happen to be black or gay or female or in a wheelchair or anything that's on the fucking intersectionality victim pyramid, don't they annoy you? They are the most patronising fucking people on earth. Honestly, I bet you Saka thinks they're all a bunch of cunts. Like, patronising as fuck. It's the equivalent of like you're in a wheelchair and you're rolling along, going to the pub, and some fucking Guardian reader like stops you and goes, "Halt! Do you require assistance?" What? I'm just going to boozer. No. My Herculean disabled chum. You surely need assistance and I am happy to render it. No, I'm just going to boozer, mate. No. Allow me. I shall get this traffic light for you. All right, cheers. Beep presses a button, waits with you. How was your day? The world may be pressing down upon your crippy legs, but you can handle it, for you are a powerful disabled warrior. Yes, thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm off. See you later. No. Listen, everybody, gather round. The disabled person wishes to address us. Suck my fucking stump, you lefty middle-class cunt. I mean, they are so unbelievably condescending. It fucking boils my piss in the bag. I can't believe... Seriously, man. I know a lot of black conservatives turned to Trump in the last election and he got the best numbers ever with minorities and Hispanics and Asians and everybody else. I cannot believe that the same isn't going to happen after another few years of this. They are so fucking condescending, it is unbelievable. Unfucking believable. The other term people use for it is the soft bigotry of low expectations. But that's what it is. It is proper condescending. They think... You happen to be black. Ooh, we'd have to help them. Ooh, look, we can't handle a bit of pressure. Oh, let's mother him and baby him. Fuck off. I'm a 19-year-old lad. Fucking do one. Just so cringe. It's unbelievable. So this story, right, I just want to quickly address it and then I'm fucking off. Now that we've had weeks of fake patriotism, yeah, Rashford's penalty was absolutely shocking. What was he thinking? Fucking Stevie Wonder could have took a better bastard penalty. The centre-half showed them all how it's done. Just pick a bastard piece and blast it. And tried all this pantsy fucking lardy-dardy, look at me, arm quality, I'll do something special. What a fucking bell end. Anyway, This is cringe, right? It's totally cringe. One of the clips that the woman shared on Twitter from GB News was Polish fans. She went, look at these England fans assaulting a person of colour. It was Polish fans from 2012. They were like, oh my fucking God, look at these English person. Look at that terrible English person. What's his name? Well, he doesn't sound fucking English, does he? Where's he from? Leeds. Tell you an English name, Bob Smith, right? I know people go, ooh, that's racist. Well, it's an English name. But yeah, there was people here a few fucking 1,000 years ago, right? I mean, did you see Khan's ridiculous? Yes, criticism isn't racist. Of course not. And again, who's the racist one? I give Saka and Rashford and everybody else the credit that they deserve. They played well. They got us to a final we didn't expect to get to. And they can take criticism. They can take it as well as me because they're no different to me. I don't fucking have a single ounce of malevolence towards any of them. But I'm more liberal than liberals because I give them the fucking credit that I think they can handle criticism as well as I can. It's cringe pandering to talk to them like the children. But Khan, I'll show you actually because I responded to it on Twitter. Where is it? Oh yeah, look at this one. This is the point I was saying. They've been pretending they're patriotic for fucking months, right? For months. They've been pretending they're patriotic. They've been pretending they don't hate England and the British flag and the British people. Even though Emily Thornberry showed her true colours when the little fat dwarf stood outside that white man van's house and he had an England flag up and they were like, ugh, look at this disgusting patriotic xenophobia. It's like, listen, fatty, we know they're your true colours. You've been gobbing off about it for fucking years. Why lie? Now, look at this woman here, Helen. Look at this. I wonder if he'd be saying the same if they had gotten the penalties or if the white players missed. Thinking about it, Pickford didn't block any penalties. Right? A, he didn't save any penalties. And B, he fucking did. Pickford saved fucking several penalties. If you watched the game or knew anything about football, you would know this. But they don't care about football. They're not interested in football. It's a sham. It's a charade. They pretend they're interested in football so they can batter you around the head with the communist fucking rainbow of death. It's bollocks. Helen knows less about football than my shoe. Pickford didn't block any penalties. Fuck me. Pickford blocked penalties, saved penalties because he's a fucking good keeper. He saved several. We just didn't fucking score any. I mean, what a mong. I kind of fancy Emily Thornberry. Oh my God. I think I'd rather fuck your granddad, Zardos. Emily, you must be some sort of kinky sex pest if Emily Thornberry's your thing. She's a fat knackerer. She's so fat, if she cuts her legs shaving, marshmallow foam comes out. During the game, you could not send the English flag. Yeah, probably. Just fucking bollocks. So yeah, what a load of shit. And then Khan said, where's the... oh, well, I don't know. I've just got a picture I shared. Khan said the England team wouldn't exist without immigration. Wouldn't exist. It existed in 1872. First ever, proper international was England-Scotland in 1872. 1872. That's how long it's existed. You went, oh, the England team wouldn't exist without immigration. No, it wouldn't look like it does now. But it'd fucking exist, you dopey little peanut-headed twat. It would exist just fine. In fact, this one existed just fine. And it won the fucker. So don't be giving me that shit. Also, result was better, wasn't it? So, yeah, it exists just fine, thanks. Have you noticed how old they all look, by the way? Have you seen the fucking clip of some of them? Look at the clip of him on the left. That toothless fuck. They all look about 40, don't they? Yeah, it shows how rough they were back in the old days. All smoked loads of Woodbines at half time, didn't they? So yeah, Khan, absolute nonsense. Ultimately, I don't really care. I'm a Borough fan. I am a little slow today. Oh, look, Matty's back again. And he said he wasn't a troll and he wasn't making shit up. Every time I throw him out, he turns up again. He meant, what do you mean? Whatever he meant, it was ridiculous. It comes across as ridiculously ignorant. It would exist. It's existed for over a century. We don't need claptrap from the Mayor of London. Just go back to running the city, will you? Sad act. So yeah, this bollocks. I'll draw a line with it and say this, right? I'd be so bold as to say, I think, how is that trolling? Matty, trolling is being on the channel for 18 months, getting through off it at least 3 times and constantly making alts so you can come and talk shit. I'm not interested in talking to you. You make shit up and you keep making alts to come and fucking whinge in the chat. That is trolling. Just fuck off and talk to somebody who's interested in speaking to you. Because you're a rat bastard and you tell lies. That's why it's trolling. Anyway, I'm not talking to him anymore. Fuck him. Kate, throw that cunt out. He does my head in. Let's just draw a line under this, right? There is no problem with racism in the UK. Some people are racist, but judging by the polling, which is obviously, that's not just a slight indication. That's full-blown fucking truth of what the general public feel, because there's no issue with it. The BNP are a racist party, and the BNP get about, what, 0.002% of the vote? Britain doesn't have a problem with racism. Some people are racist, but it's a very small minority. Those that do have no support from the general public. There was a friend of mine, a Marine lad called Si, who's from St Helena. Obviously he's black. And he told me it's fucking class in England. He loved it here. He said to me, I haven't ever had anyone in 12 years, he'd been in England 12 years at the time, I haven't ever had one person ever call me the N-word. Not once. It's not tolerated. Nobody in this chat, I'm certain, or me, nobody would ever go up to a black person and fucking full-on racially abuse them because it's fucking ignorant. Like I say all the time, it's not even offensive. Not really. If I was black, I wouldn't find it offensive because it's too generic. It's all like, look at you. Personal stuff's offensive. If you're fat, if you have a big nose, if you're ugly, being called those things is offensive because it's personal. Saying something about the English doesn't offend me because I'm like, well, that's not me. It's far too generic. I understand it's worse than racially slurring a white person because obviously the power of the state was behind racism in the United States, for example. But there is no problem with racism in the UK. And they know it. Most people are not happy with it. Yeah, well, Blue Falcons, you can have an in-group preference. I think most people do, don't they? The Japanese and everybody else is a little bit tribal. We're tribal apes. But it doesn't mean we have to be impolite all the time. And most people aren't. Most people are not cool with it. I am not cool with it. I wouldn't, because, like I said, the working classes are the ones who integrate people from around the world. Because the poor, they drop them in the council estates. They don't send them to fucking Eton. We are the ones who hang out with them. So I completely reject the idea that English people or England is a racist country. Even countries like Italy and Spain are worse than England because you still get them doing monkey noises at the fucking football. But it doesn't happen in England. Never. You never ever see or hear it in England. Never. So people aren't bigoted. They aren't. This is just... I honestly believe most of them tweets were sent by lefties. They seemed cookie cutter. They seemed broad brush. They seemed not really... They didn't make a lot of sense and a lot of them seemed almost the same. I think lefty twats were putting them on there to try and make a point. You know what I mean? I don't believe that many England fans, 99.9% of them, are comfortable with racially abusing people, and they'll never convince me otherwise. And he did concede a lot of them was from abroad as well. So it's bollocks. It's a non-story. And like I've said the point many times, and this is what I'm going to end on. This isn't news. Because what that is essentially saying is men get insults on platform with 1 billion users. That's what that story's saying. It's saying, so look at Facebook, Twitter. They have literally billions of users. Facebook's got over 1 billion, hasn't it? Add them all together. Billions. Billions of users. And they'll get a couple of thousand racist trolling. Some of it's going to be lefties because they're trying to make the England fans look bad. Maybe a tiny, tiny percentage of them are full-blown racists who are being racist. But when you've got 1 billion users on the platform, that's proof of nothing, and it's a non-story. Do the maths. 1 billion users, 5,000 racists. Do the fucking maths. It's 1% of the country. So this is not news. It's some people are arseholes. Guess what? Some people are rapists. Some people aren't racists. That's rapists with a P. Some people are rapists. Some people are murderers. Some people are paedophiles. Much higher percentages of racists throwing racial abuse at fucking Marcus Rashford. Literally 1 billion fucking people on the platform. And apparently it's news. It's news if you go to the post office, buy a stamp, get some paper and a pen, write a racist letter, put the stamp on your racist letter, walk back to the post office, find out the address of the person you want to send it to. That is racist. That's newsworthy. If you get sent a racist letter, a proper snail mail letter, go to the police and tell them you're getting racially abused. But please, stop fucking talking about a couple of insults on a dog shit platform like Twitter with 1 billion users. Stop telling me that that's news, because seriously, there's 1 billion people on there. I don't know what percentage of the country are convicted rapists, but right, there's probably going to be 0.25% of, probably less than that, 0.0025% of the country are convicted rapists. And there's more of them than there are racists on Twitter. It's like there's 1.5 billion users and they get 5,000 messages. It's bollocks. It's not news. Don't feel guilty. England fans have got nothing to feel guilty about. Nobody. The only person who should feel guilty about it is the person sending the racist abuse. But there's hardly any of them. The numbers are minuscule and it's a non-story, right? And just to finish up, I will say, of course, don't be a fucking moron and send people racist messages. Even if you are racist, people are going to think you're an arsehole. So just think of something original to say. Like with Diane Abbott. Nobody racially abuses Diane Abbott because you don't need to. It's not offensive. It's stupid. It's broad brush. Point out the fact that she's got the IQ of a pork pie if you want to insult fucking Diane Abbott. Point out the fact that she has the reading comprehension of fucking Floyd Mayweather after he's had 8 pints. That's an insult. But racial, it's ridiculous. It's nonsensical. And that's probably why most people aren't racist, because it's fucking stupid. All right? Alright, I'll call it a day there. Thanks for listening. I know I didn't do too much news there. I was ranting for 25 minutes at the start about the fucking bass. What a load of bollocks. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sharing. Kate and Sadwings, thanks for doing your job. Like I said, I've been at this about 2 years. I think I've only got one troll, so that's not too bad, is it? And he remains the only person I've banned, so that's not bad for a 2-year fucking run, is it? Yeah, picking on the special needs kid. Yes, that's what it is. You should feel terrible. Right, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it very much. Please like it and share it and all that bollocks. And I'll probably do this again, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday or something. And yeah, all right. I'll be in touch. Peace out, dudes. Sorry, that was full of youthful colloquialisms. See you later, lads.